Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Lieutenant Governor for North Carolina. And he has made some very interesting comments recently that made it into the media. And one thing I notice with Black Republicans, and I know Democrats are idiots too. You don't have to point that out to me, but I'm on Republicans right now. Stay with me now, because I know many of you will veer off to something else. Stay with me on this Black Republican thing. I notice a standing pattern with Black Republicans. Whenever you got a voice and you can address the public, whether it's on social media, mainstream media, in a newspaper article, I notice Black Republicans love to heavily attack the Black community. I see this consistency. Look, the consistency is here on YouTube. Look at all these Black conservative channels. Just insult Black people, insult Black people, insult Black people. You look at Candace, a political pundit, insult Black people, insult Black people. And so, is that a prerequisite to be a Black Republican? Because I'm starting to think it is, because you all consistently do this. Even the ones that are sitting in elective office, like Tim Scott, same thing. Insult Black people, insult Black people, insult Black. Do y'all have any other message? You know, historically, that has been the message in the political party since the inception of politics in America. Run on hating on those Negroes. And they have not wavered from this in centuries. So if you're a Black Republican, come on, pop on in the comment section. Is that a prerequisite to being in a GOP party when you're Black? Always constantly come and attack your own people. I would just love to know your opinion. And I'm sure if you're like any other of the Black Republicans I've seen, it'll probably be filled with more insults. So let's get into this story. So, ladies and gentlemen, this man ain't going to disappoint you one bit. This is North Carolina Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson. He is running for governor of North Carolina. And yes, he is filled with insults for the Black community. But he said that LGBTQ was filthy, and the Jewish community is always filled with conspiracies. Now, I want you to hear what he came out and said about Black people being owed for slavery. Now, back in 2021, Robinson tried out another target, Black folks. But, like I said, all of these GOP candidates and politicians and pundits and people out here that got blogs and everything, they have an endless attack on Black people. So let's get into this. So he hold the North Carolina Republican Party state convention that Blacks were not owed reparations or anything for hundreds of years of slavery and discrimination. So he said, not only are you as a Black person not due reparations, you should not even get nothing because you were discriminated against. This is what this porky Negro got up on his platform to say. So if you want to tell the truth about it, he said, it is you. He's saying the black community owes money. We should not receive anything, but we owe. This is what he shouted this, telling the audience about what he claimed was a conversation with a liberal. Why do you owe? He said, because someone was whipped for us in the slave field or had to walk through Jim Crow for us. Actually, many people, and I'm one of them, believe we are still in Jim Crow because within the legal system and the courts, we are still not treated fairly. And look at how many people the US legal system put in jail that are innocent. It's still Jim Crow. Let us leave aside our ancestors and certainly not us did not create those inhumane situations. Let's also leave aside the people like my parents walked through Jim Crow. So, what's the justification for not paying them reparations under Robinson's own logic? What Robinson said is insulting on so many levels, but that's the point. And see, it's all about grabbing the attention of the white supremacists within his party. And see, that's why Candace Owens does what she do, Larry Elders, David Clark, all of these YouTubers out here with Republican channels. You don't care about your people. You care about grabbing the attention of white supremacists. So let's move on. He also can lob racism at Black people, effectively putting blackface on the racism because it appeals to the same people who believe hateful things about all not only the Black community, but they're talking about Jews and LGBTQ because this man had disdain for them as well. So, yes, African Americans can say racist things about African Americans. Yep. And y'all prove that every single day on your platforms. Yep. You Black Republicans do. You prove it every day. So, the rapper formerly known as Kanye West once said slavery was a choice. That's racist, no matter who says it. While no one knows what the former Kanye West is doing, Mark Robinson has a specific audience in mind that he launches his campaign to. So if you're that audience, perhaps you'll know why. So he said, Black people are not owed reparations. Black people should be paying reparations. So, y'all, like I said, it just seems to be a pattern that we see with many of these melanated people in the GOP, especially when they're running for office. They first always want you to know how much they will distance themselves from the Black community. That's why you got Tim Scott out here telling his constituents America is not a racist country because he's not trying to bond with the community. He's trying to bond with them folks, y'all. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.